Have you ever hit a moment so hard that life no longer made sense? I did. And in that moment, devastated and weary, I asked God one question that radically changed my life. In fact, that question started my conscious journey into purpose. Let me take you back to that moment. So in January 2009, I was walking up the staircase to my family house, feeling so discouraged, so despondent, and completely exhausted. I just lost my second baby. And that emotional toll was crushing me. In fact, that pregnancy was a battle from the start. Getting to 29 weeks came with complications in and out of the hospital. But finally, my baby went home to be with the Lord. It hit me so hard. Though outwardly, when people look at me, they're like, "Oh, sorry, I said I'm good, it's well." Sorry, I said, "Oh, it's well, I'm fine, it's okay, it's well." But behind the scenes, I was struggling with pain, loneliness, and hopelessness. And on that day, as I walked up the staircase, a question welled up from within me, a question addressed to God. I've not heard that question anywhere, but it just came into my heart. And even though it came quietly, the answer to that question would become a turning point in my life and my ministry. But let me say this. Sometimes it's in our lowest moments that heaven whispers the clearest instructions about our future. So that day, my spirit cried out, "Lord, what were you thinking when you were forming me?" In my mind, I imagined this sculptor shaping and molding with purpose. And I was like, what were your thoughts when you were forming me? What were your thoughts when you were forming me? Because I felt like God must have had a vision before He started forming me. I felt like there's something He wanted to express through me. And so while He was molding me, He was molding me according to the thoughts He had in mind, or according to the vision He had in mind before He began molding and forming me. So I was asking, Lord, what were you thinking when you were forming me? What was on your mind when you were forming me? Because in that season I was hopeless. I used to say, Lord, you're the only sense in my life. And I needed to know why I should live, why I should just keep living and keep moving. And so that question became a prayer topic for me for days because I didn't get an answer immediately. So I had to pray. I thought about it. I prayed about it. Like, Lord, what were you thinking when you were forming? What was on your mind? What was it? What do I want to know? Then one day, light came into my heart, and I remembered what the Lord had told me 4 years earlier. He had told me to teach His word, but I put it aside. I felt like it wasn't for me at that time. I felt like there were other things I need to really pay attention to. Then later, I will now come and begin to teach His word. But at that stage in my life, I was willing to listen. I was like, okay, Lord, what is it? I'm ready. Some of you can relate to that. So I was willing now. I was ready to listen. I was like, because what else? Just go ahead, tell me what it is. And from there, God began to give me clear directions about His plans for my life. In fact, He said I should take a learning posture. I should begin to study His word diligently as I prepare for ministry or for the assignment He's called me into. That question was my divine reset. The answer I got filled me with hope, value, and a sense of direction. In fact, even though things didn't just change automatically, but beloved, I had peace again. I could see a future. Okay, my life is meaningful. I saw that there was purpose to all those things I was going through, and I became excited again. And I started looking forward into my future. I actually started making decisions in line with that revealed purpose. And yes, 2 years later, against all odds, God gave me an amazing son. Hallelujah. And the journey hasn't stopped. This revelation has continued to grow. It was the beginning of my conscious destiny walk. Maybe you're in that place right now where life doesn't make sense. You're asking hard questions. Everybody might be like, oh, you're good, everything is going well with you, but behind the scenes, you're confused, you're tired, you're exhausted. And at times, even when you want to explain to people, they misunderstand you. People don't seem to understand you very well, but you know what you're going through. I want you to know that God is not silent. God sees you, God knows, and He had great thoughts when He formed you. And He's ready to reveal them and empower you to walk in their reality. I share stories like this because I know your life has purpose too. Jeremiah 29:11 says, I know the plans I have for you, plans, that's God talking. He says, I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, to give you a hope and a future. If this resonates with you, I invite you to explore my video series on uncovering God's blueprint for your life. Start your journey today by visiting my website. The link is in the description. Also, subscribe to this channel for more destiny empowering teachings and receive practical tools to help you walk confidently in your God given purpose.